Hey guys, we're going to jump into a quick video because people do not believe what we're doing here. So we just posted a recent closing we did probably at the end of this month, beginning of this year. And it mentions that our clients got a 4.75 interest rate locked for 30 years fixed. And somebody doesn't believe us. Here, let me show you. Check out the video. Same video. That's what it's all about, helping people find a home. So let's look at this. So again, we're not mad about this. We just want you to know how this happened. So this person here, Eric, it says, this was in 2019. I replied, this was literally this year. Then they said, with these interest rates, sorry, I don't believe you. And I went to say how it was probably within the rates that I've been getting these past 2 years, 100%. So first of all, it's completely understandable to think that you cannot get these rates in this market. Rates today are a lot higher on a market rate. You're looking at 7, 6%, depending on what loan program you get into. Yes, this client, we got them a 4.75 interest rate. We got them all their closing costs covered. They pay our commissions. They also bought down the interest rate because that costs money. And they gave an appliance package, and we were able to negotiate over $37,000 off the price of the home. This is Sary. This is my wife. She's also their realtor, and you want to reach out to her. She's amazing. How did this happen? How do you take a market rate and get a lower cost in this economy? Well, it's going to be something that's not for everybody because it's with a new construction home. You see, right now, interest rates are higher for everybody all over the United States. No matter where you're from, you're having a higher interest rate. Depending on the loan program, it's about 6 to 7%, somewhere around there. Now, there are new construction builders. These are people like D.R. Horton, Lennar, KB, Perry, Hanks Brothers, all these bigger builders that are buying up land for cheap, building up houses and selling them to you. They're able to come in because they're big companies and they have a lot of money to give you. Because here's the thing, they spent a lot of money to get the value out of the property to build a home, and they can't just sit on it. There's holding costs to having these houses sit for long periods of time. So for them to turn around and say, hey, instead of going to a pre-owned home, why don't you come to me? Because again, that's how they get more money. Use my lender so that way I can give you money that will incentivize you to buy my house. Now, pre-owned people can do this, which is called incentives or seller credits. But the problem with that is that a lot of people, when they sell their home individually, they don't have the cash to do a lot like other builders are doing. So for example, some of the things like I listed off before is paying your commission for your realtor. That's about 3%. And on, let's say, a $200,000 house, that's $6,000. Another thing is closing costs, which is an average of like 2 to 3%. Again, a $200,000 home, that's $4,000 to $6,000 that you would have to pay as a buyer, or a seller would have to give you credit for. The other thing is buying down the interest rates, depending on what loan program you're on. That costs thousands. I think one client that they paid down was like $20,000 to get their rates down. And again, new appliances, that's not free. You see, what's happening here is these bigger companies are going to come in. First of all, they're making money off of you because you're buying their home that they built at cost and selling to you at a premium price. Then they're going to turn around and use their lender and make money off of you off the interest over 30 years. They have money to say, hey, I don't mind giving you $40,000, $50,000 because I'm going to be making X amount more. They're doing this at a volume, so they're able to do this overs and overs, even if they're making a smaller profit, overs and overs and over again, when a individual pre-owned seller can't do that. It's their house. They have X amount of equity that they want to walk away with some profit because they probably have to use that money into the next home. So I want to clear up one thing though going forward is the whole point of them making a premium off of you. When I say that, that doesn't mean you're going to overpay for this house. There's something in place called an appraisal. And what that is the county comes out, or they'll look on the graph, or whatever they got to look on Google Maps, and they look at the house and they go over what the value is on that home, on that floor plan, in that year, based on the features it has, in the community it's at, in the location, and the time frame that it's being sold. They look at all the data so that way you can see that if you don't overpay for the house. Because let's say, for example, you're purchasing a house at $200,000 and the appraisal comes back at $210,000. Hey, that's awesome. That means you're getting a $10,000 deal right at the time, walking into some equity. But what happens if the appraisal comes back at $190,000? Well, that means the house is overpriced on the market that it's being sold at, and so the lender cannot give you the money over the 190 to buy that home because it's upside down. It doesn't make any sense. So what do? A couple of things can happen. One, either the lender or the builders has to lower the purchasing price of the house. That means you automatically get a discount from the price that you were at. And so now you're back at a different price at 190 instead of 200 because we're not trying to overpay for this house. That's one really good thing about getting appraisals and having a lender, because you don't overpay. Or two, well, there's three. Two, which is the worst out of them, is that the seller is not going to budge. He says, no, we are going to sell it for $200,000. We need you to pay the difference of the $10,000. And that's at the point of whether you are or aren't. It's totally up to you. Really depends on how bad you want this house. Three, you split the costs. I've had a client where there was $1,000 difference and we couldn't get them to move anymore. And so my buyer paid $500 and they paid the rest. It was actually more than 1,000. I think it was like 3,000. So they covered the rest and my seller covered 500. The idea though is for you not to cover anything, but again, it's a negotiating based case by case type of thing. But the other thing you have to think about too is that for her, she paid $500 over price, but what did she get in return? No closing costs, no buyer commissions, rates came down, appliance package. There's more stuff to add. So it's not just about pricing. But again, we're trying to get you the best deal. And one of the biggest incentives for a realtor to use one of us is that when you walk into a builder's rep place, that rep is a representative of the builder. Think of them as a selling agent for the builder. If you walk into a place, you have nobody on your side. They're amazing people. I have friends that are builder rep, but at the end of the day, you need somebody 100% on your side, because sometimes the builder rep is not sometimes, but always on their side, and they can be nice and courteous, and that's great and on. They'll help you, but you want to make sure to have somebody going over what you're signing and what you're doing to make sure you're getting the best deal possible. That's where we come in. Me and my wife are realtors. I've been in for almost 7-8 years. My wife is probably like 4 years. And so our job is to make sure you are not getting into something that's bad for you, that you're getting something that you want, and that when you sign on the dotted line, you have no buyer's regret. And the fact that the builder is going to pay a commission to us to help you is just cherry on top, because again, they want us to bring them clients. And so we take clients to different builders, but it doesn't mean we're loyal to the builders. We are loyal to you, and we're trying to find the best deal possible. So if there's a builder that would pay my commission, pay your closing costs and other things that you're looking for, let's do it. We also do pre-own as well, but we've noticed in the past couple of years when we give you both examples, and we do that, we will give you the numbers for pre-own, that way you can decide what's better for you, because some people do not like new construction, but we still have it to where, again, you guys are making the choices. We are just giving you the options. No realtor is supposed to make a decision for you. We are supposed to explain things to you, give you options, and go with what you want to go with. But again, for this person that was leaving a comment, I want to let you know that we are telling you the truth, and here's one way to show how. So this is a buyer we just got under contract this past Saturday. As you can see the date, 8/17. We just got him under contract. It's a 30-year fixed rate, and the rate is locked. So that means that the rates cannot change while we're doing this process. It's locked all the way to November 3rd. So we have until November 3rd to close this before there's a rate change, and that's a whole other video if that happens. As you can see, this person is buying a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath. The price of the house is $194,948. Now that's the loan price. That's not the total price. They have to put money down to cover some stuff, but that's the price of the house after that's being funded. Now right below that, you can see there that it's 4.75. This was this weekend. We are getting 4.75s. I've even gotten people down to 4.99s. I'm sorry, 3.99s. And let me help you break this up so you can look at their payments. So normally what happens is you look at the principal and interest right under that, which is $1,016.94. That's just your principal and interest. And a lot of times people will show you that and say, hey, that is your payment. It is not your payment. You have to count taxes, which is your escrow, which is your taxes and your insurance. So if you go down a little bit, it says estimated taxes, insurance, and assessments of $461. You take the top number and that number, you add those together, and that's going to be your monthly expenses. Where it says projected monthly payments, usually that one's a little off because sometimes they don't count the land all the way built with the home. It's just land. So it's a lot less expensive, which is why we like to show people to add more to this, because again, that's why you get people making videos on this like payment shock, because they weren't showed the math correctly. So when it's all said and done, their payment should be around $1,477, which is not bad for only putting $580 at closing, plus the $650 for the deposit. That together was all they had to put down, because this person qualified for a USDA loan, which is such a great loan. It's a zero down payment, which puts the down payment funded into your total loan. So that way you don't have to have so much money out of pocket for the down payment. Make sure to follow, because we will do separate videos on different loan programs and how to qualify for them. So again, guys, we would love to help you and talk to you, especially if you're here in the San Antonio surrounding areas. So again, guys, my name's Eli. My wife is Sary. We're with Valdez Property Groups, and we would love to help you on your next purchase. Or if you're looking to sell, rent, or apartments, rent for homes or apartments, we can help you either way. Please feel free to go into the description. We have so many things that you have links for. Check us out on TikTok. We're very active on there, and a lot of our shorts are here too. Our other company, which is Nest Hub. So if you are purchasing a home or you need some stuff for the house, we have other things like we're AT&T dealers, Vivint dealers, water softeners, a lot of other things, because we noticed a lot of people asking us like, hey, who do you work for this? And what happened was the customer service wasn't that great, so we just did it ourselves. So yes, everything is in the description. We would love to talk to you, as well as put some comments. Any questions you may have. Nobody taught us in high school how to buy a house, how to invest, how to save, how to work on credit, so we can help you with that. So please put those questions in the comments, and we would love to answer them with a video. Other than that, guys, we'll talk to you later. Bye.